What's up, Couches the Condos fam? This is episode 3, and we're going into taking risks, but calculated risks, that is. I would not jump off of this 12-story, 9-story apartment building because the reward would be kind of bizarre. You know, I have a broken leg, I'd be a quadriplegic. So that's not smart. But taking calculated risks based on you seeing where you could be and betting on yourself. So first example, a lot of you don't know this, but I barely graduated from undergrad and I barely graduated from grad school. We'll talk about undergrad first. I had a neuroanatomy class that I had to take, and I had to get a B. I've been getting D's and I think C's the whole year the whole semester on the test. So it was crunch time, and I got a B on my last test, and it allowed me to graduate. But I had sent out invitations months before, and this was a week before graduation when you find out if you're going to walk across the stage and actually get a degree or not. So I sent out invitations. You know, we had a party set up. I had people coming from out of town booking travel. And for me, it's not like I wanted that pressure on me, but I always knew that I perform well under pressure. And that's what I'm going to do. So graduated with a 2.6 to be exact, and had a full ride. And so that was another thing. I thought I was going to lose my scholarship, but I ended up keeping that. Second thing is, so from there I wanted to still go to med school, but obviously my grades were shitty, so I had to go to grad school. There's this small college in Mississippi called Mississippi College. Applied there, had to take a GRE twice, and I believe I had to get a 147 verbally and a 147 on the quantitative. Well, the first time I missed it by a couple points, and the second time I got it spot on. And this was crunch time because I can't remember the requirements, but you can't take it so many times consecutively, and I almost screwed it up. But I had paid for my first month's rent, I paid a security deposit, I paid the school deposit, all that. It's probably like $2,000, but I just betted on myself and I won. So that's the second example. The third example is finally graduating from Mississippi College. Barely graduating, that is. Had a genomics teacher that gave me hell, but we're not going to include that in here because it's not as important as the next topic. So I had been applying for jobs. The job I have right now in medical device sales. Went against 14 other guys. I was the 15th person. Went through 3 rounds of interviews. The last interview, I didn't know when I was going to be moving or if I had the job, but one of my good friends I used to work for, he had a restaurant, and so I said, hey, I want to throw a going away party at your restaurant. So I threw the going away party on a Thursday, thinking that I was going to know if I had the job on a Tuesday so I could just cancel the party. So the recruiter's like, oh, we're not going to let you know until Friday. So I'm like, holy shit. So between me and Tay, we invited 30 people to come to the party, and so they're like, yeah, man, congrats on the job, not knowing if I got it. And we actually have that on record with the call of me getting a job, because it was just so bizarre that it's like, who would throw a party not knowing if you got the job?
And you're their guy.
Yes!
I just got the news, man. I talked to Mike and to Portia, and they're really excited about you, Blake. They really are.
Well,
So next day, obviously, we're in an A, we got the job, but that's just another example of taking calculated risk because you're betting on yourself and you're just aware of the situation and looking at what's the worst thing that can happen. I love the topic of stoicism. I'm going to have to add that in. The fourth thing is we finally get here, got the job, got situated, missed the most money I've ever made in my life, and then we started LLC. And a lot of people doubted us, like, oh, you shouldn't start your own business, you should stay doing what you're doing, it's too risky. But I don't know, I guess I love risk. Like I said, I'm not gonna jump off this building, but you have to risk shit if you wanna get shit. And so we're getting it done over here. Next year, we're gonna take even more risk because I realize I don't like to go to the casino and gamble, but if I can calculate on myself and bet on that, I know I'm gonna win every time. So just to sum it up, take calculated risks, focus on what you can control, and ask someone who is there to see if they could guide you. But I don't doubt and regret any decisions I've made because I would be probably sleeping on somebody's couch still if I didn't take the risk and just go against the grain. So stay tuned, coming back at you.